Hey, what's up? It's Fuel Your Life Friday. Let's go. It's Friday. Welcome back. You know, when I started this podcast, I quite literally had no clue what I was doing. Besides the one semester of audio editing in college that I took over 10 years ago, and I don't really even remember that class, I knew nothing about podcasting, especially the production of a podcast. One of my mentors, Mac Monroe, encouraged me to start a podcast, and at the time, I was just about to publish my book, Mindful Love, which I self-published, and in the bio of the back of the book, I went ahead and put in that the podcast was coming in August. Putting it in black and white just made it a done deal in my mind. I self-taught myself mostly everything about podcast production. What I didn't learn from trial and error over the past 3 years, I have learned through YouTube videos and from conversations from other podcasters. Also, a lot of it is just I really feed into my intuition. I find myself, though, doing this a lot, starting things that I have no clue about. I have been told that as a generator in human design, a Capricorn sun and Virgo moon in astrology, and a number 9 life path in numerology, that this is kind of the way of life for me. It feels very normal to me, but I recognize that when you have an inspiration and just jumping into it all in, not everyone does that. I recognize that. This life isn't for everyone. But besides the podcast, I taught myself a ton of graphic design. I have taught myself how to build and design websites. I've taught myself how to self-publish a book, how to publish affirmation cards, work with affiliate marketing, and truly dozens upon dozens of other things within the online business realm. My creative self really gets fulfillment out of dropping new projects. I also have a bit of a short attention span, which makes it hard for me to do the same exact thing every single day, day in and day out. But when I do these creative projects, to me, it really is less about money. And I know that sounds like a crazy concept, but that's not the first thing I'm thinking about. To me, it's about putting something beautiful out into the world. So I've had this feeling, this calling to leap into the unknown again, go out of my comfort zone and try a new endeavor. If you're following me on Instagram, you may have already seen the latest announcement that I leaped into podcast merchandise. That's right, I am giving it a go at t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, and soon stickers, water bottles, and more. I have never designed a t-shirt or coffee mug before, but I leaped. I have never worked with an eco-friendly print-on-demand company before, but I leaped. I have never ran an e-commerce store within my website ever, or any website for that matter, but I leaped. And I still don't know which t-shirts are good designs and which are bad and will never sell, but I leaped. For me, I could sit here and acquire the information on how to do something all day long. But without the action step of actually doing it, or, taking that leap, what purpose is that information serving? I'm figuring it all out as I go. My business, the podcast, merchandise, parenthood, relationships, womanhood, adulting. When I get an inspiration, I leap into the unknown. And I'm encouraging you to do this too, because sometimes when we sit with it for too long, we actually begin to sit on it. And then we don't take action. We let these excuses of not knowing how to do something stop us. But I'm here to remind you that learning is growing, and growing, my friends, it's a beautiful thing. So be sure to check out the podcast merch under the shop section on mindbizlife.com. And when you rep that gear, I want to see it. Share a picture, share it with me, either by email or tag me in it, or, send it my DMs on Instagram or Twitter. I'm there at mindbizlife. I will see you back here on Sunday for another episode of Awaken Your Soul Sunday. But until then, remember, every level of life is an opportunity to grow. Be well, my friend.